Twin City News starts now.
And now at 6, there could be light at the end of the long tunnel for hundreds of Charlotte flea market vendors. They have been out of work for 7 months, and a desperate plea to the city council may have just sparked their solution. Chief political correspondent Emma Withrow joins us now live from the Government Center to explain how it could work.
Emma, we saw a lot of those signs that were going up in that video, people just really begging right now for help. We're hearing after being forced off the old Eastland Mall site, the vendors could be back in action as soon as this weekend. What can you tell us?
Yeah, potentially this weekend, and that's all according to Councilman Tariq Bakari, who last night pledged to get their businesses up and running within the next 60 days. But then within the last 18 hours, he upped the ante of that pledge and said he could potentially have them on a new site coming up this weekend. And this is huge news for those vendors who've literally been out of work for the last 7 months.
We are on the cusp of a recession, with vendors struggling to meet ends meet.
That was just one of the many desperate pleas open-air market vendors made to the Charlotte City Council on Monday night. The city kicked them out of their spot at the Eastland Mall because of the plans for redevelopment, but at the same time promised to find them a new site to conduct business.
We have been out of business for 6 to 7 months. We're not willing to be pushed aside.
Now, almost 7 months later, the city is still yet to produce a single location to rent to these vendors, which is why Councilman Tariq Bakari says he felt the need to personally step in.
So the goal right now in short term was find people with real estate, with the desire to help, to jump in so that we could strike a short-term deal that for, the next at least couple months, starting this weekend, people could get back to work, get back to making money.
Bakari said he already has 2 viable options in East Charlotte that would suffice the short-term goal of getting the vendors back in business as soon as possible, which for many vendors is crucial.
Yo tengo una deuda ahorita de $5,000.
I have over $5,000 worth of merchandise that I have not been able to move because of the closure of the flea market. And also, I have a 16-year-old daughter who's been taking college courses while she's in high school. And I depended on this money in order to pay for those college courses.
So, Emma, what was the reasoning from the city here on why they haven't found a location for these vendors to go?
I mean, just as you mentioned, it's been more than 7 months.
Right. City council members were questioning city staff on that exactly last night, and they were saying that even though it's been 7 months, they haven't found a location that's big enough to house all of those vendors. I mean, there's at least 100 of them that need a spot. So the spot needs to be at least an acre, but you have to wonder if city staff have just not been looking in the right places. I mean, Bakari and the slate has apparently found 2 locations that would suffice to get them in at least this weekend in East Charlotte. So we'll have to see if Bakari fulfills that promise. He's saying this weekend, so we'll just have to see if he comes up with the location for these vendors. But for now, back to you guys.
Wow, could be quick action. Emma, thank you for that update.